Hey guys, Doug Smaldino here. How's it going? Hey, we just wrapped up the third quarter today of 2022, and I'm not going to lie to you, it was a really rough quarter, really rough quarter. So getting a lot of calls, a lot of people concerned, a lot of people on the fence. So tonight, just want to let's bring it in. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. Okay, that's the goal tonight. I want to provide some certainty with with where we've been, what I think where we're going to go, why I think we're going to be okay, and why you could just sit back, take a deep breath, and just relax. Okay, a lot of the stuff I tell you, it's so over dramatized. Okay, yeah, there's been a lot of things that have hurt with this quarter, with the stock market, with our 401ks and IRAs going down, mortgage rates skyrocketing through the roof, over 7%. Crazy. Okay, but let's just sit back. Just behoove me a little bit here. Sit back and let's look at the problem here, because what's going on here. The way this is happening, it's as if you came home and you saw a mouse and a rat in the house, and the solution was to sell the house and move back east, because that's just the way you get rid of the rat problem, right? Absolutely not. And don't drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, a lot of this stuff is market manipulation. People are making a fortune on the volatility is the key word. Now, you guys know I like to always start with my investors business daily graphs here. Look, I'm not going to lie. This is a brutal. You can see my mouse here. There's a brutal third quarter. Okay, we actually for the third quarter we're only down 6.67%, but that goes all the way back here to June, where we ended on June 30th. We're at uh, 30,775, and today we ended up at 28,725. So that's about 6.7% loss. Okay, that's a lot for a quarter. But when you look at what happened in the last since the high point here on August 16th, a whopping 6 weeks, it's gone down 15.89%. Brutal. Okay, it's only a quarter. So annualized, that's like a 60% decrease. All right, it was a beat down. Okay, it was a beat down. I'm not gonna lie to you, we got beat down in the stock market. Mortgage rates just follow the same pattern and just went up skyrocketing. They were, we're writing loans in the fives. We had loan at 4.99 in July, and then all of a sudden, disaster. A lot of it thing, like I say, that's news driven. You're gonna get from me, you get the real facts. The news just takes little stuff and they just blow it out of proportion. Just say, okay, we're looking at 10% mortgage rates. Look, so let's cover this here. Let's talk about the stock market. It's come down a lot. This is key because it really impacts the real estate market. Now, um, what is going on with the inflation? Now, look, there's guys out here like this guy here. I like this guy, this old guy, this Jeremy Siegel. He's a professor at Wharton School. He gives the Federal Reserve a D, the way they're handling the economy. Federal Reserve is just on this, like, they don't care. They're hot shots. They think they're going to run this economy into a recession. They don't care because they have no credibility, and they don't even agree amongst themselves. If you look to a Google search on Federal Reserve, who believes they should keep raising rates? Many of the Federal Reserve governors don't believe they should keep raising rates. They're going to cause a friggin' recession. But keep in mind, the reason they keep raising is because they're putting a band-aid on the wrong sore. The problem is really comes down to money supply. There was when I was doing the research for the video today, I saw that there was a 40% increase in money supply during the pandemic, the most in history. 40%. There's money's fluid everywhere. It's liquid. Everyone's got money. They want to go spend money. Of course, it's going to be inflation because you got more money to spend. What is inflation? It's just money that's being spent for more money for the same thing. Okay, $1 for a loaf of bread last year, $2 for the same loaf of bread this year. Okay, how did the Federal Reserve measure it? Look, they look at as we know, the CPI we've talked about before. CPI in August here, there's 8.3% increase. I've told you before. It's energy has got a big piece of this. Okay, when you knock out the food and energy from this CPI index, you get a 6.3% increase. Okay, but there's still energy that go into the other components of the CPI. Okay, now today what happened was so here's a little just thing here I found for you guys that really want to know more about what is inflation. Inflation is just an overall increase in the prices of goods or services in an economy. Okay, over time, currency loses its value. Remember, I said 2 loaves of bread this year for the dollar, or 2 loaves of bread last year, only 1 loaf of bread this year. That's losing the value. Okay, now when you get into today, this other, and I wasn't too aware of this, to be honest with you. Yeah, I learn something every day too. Okay, the PCE, the personal consumption expenditure. This is the what the Federal Reserve looks at. This is their favorite indicator. It was up 6.2% in August. Okay, um, and here's a definition. This is they actually look at this more than the consumer price index. Okay, it says a measure of the prices of people living in the United States or those buying on behalf for goods and services. The PCE price is known for capturing inflation across a wide range of consumer expenses, reflecting changes in consumer behavior. Okay, that's not unreasonable to say that. Okay, that's cool. And there is an increase. Look, I'm not going to tell you there's no inflation, but I think that we're not talking like Mexican peso, devaluing 20% per day. I mean, this is just like okay, we're at 6.2%, and the amount with let's see, look at my notes here. That taking out the food and energy to get the core PCE is I think it was 4.7%. So, our numbers aren't bad. They're really not. And there's no reason to have this kind of volatility in the market. So there's this, and then there's the mortgage market. We got, a lot of economic news come out. It just isn't the reason I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, it just isn't that bad. It's bad, but it's manageable, and it just doesn't need to. Mortgage rates shouldn't have gone up over 100% from last year at this time. Okay, look at this drop in last week on actually this week on Tuesday was a bloodbath. It was terrible. Rates broke 7%. We're quoting stuff in the low to mid sevens right now. So, there's been a hit. I know people are scared. So that's why I'm doing these videos. So let's bring it in. Let's figure out what we're scared about. What are we scared about? Okay. I can narrow it down to two things. We're scared that and this is with respect to purchasing a home, because we have over 200 people in our database right now that are pre-approved ready to buy. They're just waiting. Now I've told you guys don't wait, but let's figure out why we're waiting. And I'm not going to tell you that line that you probably heard is pretty annoying. You marry your house, but you date your rate, something like that. I hate that statement. It's totally stupid. It's not really relevant. You kind of have to deal with it because you're the one that's got to make the payment. So what are we afraid of? Okay, I got two things for you that I got for me would be, hey, number one, am I going to be able to afford this house? Can I afford it? Okay, now let's come back to that one in a second. Number two is if I pay X amount for this house, the house is going to tank in value. I'm going to pay $1.5 million for this house, and next year it's going to be worth $1 million, right? Those are the two things we're afraid of. Because you take those two things out of the equation, there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, so you got all these guys, these doom and gloomers, saying, "Oh yeah, this and that. The prices are going to tank." And look, there has been, in all fairness, if you look across the U.S., look, we're in the look. This message is kind of directed to our little bubble or not bubble, our area of L.A., Los Angeles East Side community, where we are not a bubble but insulated. There's a lot of insulation there because the whole Hollywood thing. Everyone wants to be there. It's a cool part of town. It's not like buying something in Wisconsin or Arkansas or Texas, all these places. This is the place to be. It's one of the still the hottest real estate market in the world, in my opinion. By the way, we had 10 offers pending on Monday. Today we have 0 offers pending. You know why? Because all 10 of them We didn't get any of them. You know why? Because they're all outbid. That's my point. There's still multiple offers going on. If this was such a dying market, there wouldn't be multiple offers. You don't see that in a weak market. Now, if you're up in these other areas like different states or Sacramento or different states, you might see a lot more softening. Our area, absolutely not, not at all. Not, I shouldn't say not all. There is some. Okay, there is some. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the two things we're afraid of. Okay, we're afraid. Let's take it. Let's just say it out loud. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. You're afraid. I'm afraid. Okay, we're afraid of the that we can't afford it, and that the price is going to come down. Okay. Now, this first one. Look, we have to just determine number one, we have to really sit down and do a budget and say, hey, can I really afford this? And that includes taking into consideration all the tax benefits of owning a home. Take those into consideration. Does it make sense? Yes, I can afford it. My job's solid. We're in a good industry. Boom, let's go. Okay. B, fear B, oh, those prices are inflated. Yeah, prices have run up a lot in the last several years. I'll be the first to admit it. Now they're due for a correction. That's all the experts say, a correction. Well, look, there's there is always corrections. That's why they call it a market. Okay, 2018, there were corrections. They got all back in 2019 and then some. But the point is that yeah, every market's going to have some level of corrections, but it doesn't mean that the price is going to tank, and it doesn't mean just because if we do, let's say we do the Fed does put us into a recession, which they very well could. It doesn't mean that the prices on residential housing in the east side of Los Angeles is going to come down. It just doesn't work that way. It's just you have it's all supply demand. There's so many people that are still a shortage of housing. Okay, so fear number two, I can tell you, I think fear number two is the bigger fear than fear number one because I get most people are pretty savvy, and most of our clients, they don't squeeze every last dollar of loan out of the lender. They don't. They just get it. They're usually well below what they can be qualified for. So I'm going to discount number one. So even if we have the higher interest rates, it doesn't mean that it's still the fact. It's not going to throw someone out of qualifying for the most part. They're still going to be able to qualify. And look, I tell you, my theory is that we're going to see lower rates in 2024, definitely. Maybe next year, as soon as next year. Let's be conservative and say 2024. So whatever loan you did today, or in the next 30 or 60 or 90 or 120 days, you're going to end up refinancing that loan. Okay. Now, so we got the two fears. Remember the two fears. We're scared. Remember, we're scared. Let's bring it in. Let's just take it. We're scared. All right. And what are we scared of? We're scared of. I think what's kind of the two things they're adding fuel to the fire are the stock market going down, and you see your 401k going down. You're like, oh crap! I went from 300 grand in my 401k to 180 or 200. Ugh, that's a big hit. I get it. Thing is, long term, the stock market works even more volatility than the real estate market and will go back. You just got to stick with the systematic long-term investing into the right quality mutual funds and get a professional money manager or mutual fund advisor, and you'll be good. Now with the price crashing, look, even in 2007, 2008, when we hit the Great Recession, the prices didn't drop that much. Okay, they dropped maybe, as I remember, 10, 15%, and that was like the sky was falling at the time. Whole infinitely different set of circumstances. There was foreclosures, there was a shadow foreclosure inventory, and there was a big mess. Here, inventory is still tight because people are just saying, "Hey, we can't do anything. We'll wait it out with our 2.875% mortgage rate." So again, here to provide a voice of reason, okay? Because we just hear so much doom and gloom. Then you look at the stock portfolio, your 401k, it's way down. You're like, oh crap, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to wait. Okay, you wait, you lose. Okay, when there's times of uncertainty, like right now, there's a little bit of uncertainty. I know it takes a little bit of guts to get out there and write an offer, get a house. But whoever's doing this now is going to score. They're going to score a good price right now. They're not going to have these crazy multiple offer situations, although maybe a little bit. Like I said, it's still going on, but they'll get in, you'll get all the tax benefits, and then you'll get a decent loan now that will be refinanced later. If you wait and then everybody jumps in, then it's going to be a seller's market again, and prices are going to just continue to go up. Now, that's what the smart people are going to do. If you decide to wait, that's fine. Just know that you could be putting yourself in a detriment. Same people that wait now are the ones who are waiting in 2015, 2016. There's always people that want to wait. Wait, I'm not patient. I don't like to wait. Okay? I don't wait. I know they say things come to those who wait. I don't want to wait. I want the stuff now. Okay? So um, shoot me an email. Let me know. Hey, Doug, let's run some budget here. Let's talk. Hey, talk me through this whole thing about maybe the prices dropping, this, that. What are exactly are the tax benefits? Lots to talk about. Good stuff, guys. Look, I'm here for you. I know everyone's nervous. I got you. Okay, so reach out if you have any questions, and be happy to help anytime. All right, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Cheers.